Maybe it's better to say where we are here. We're in Henry Place, just up behind you here. There is one of the oldest graveyards in Belfast where Henry Joy McCracken, certainly him and his sister, are buried. An old, incidentally, Presbyterian Republican. New Lodge is behind us as well, so this is a Republican nationalist area. Down behind us here in the background is the Shankill, which is another Republican area. This is the Grand Orange Lodge Hall for Belfast here. And up here, out of sight, and which doesn't interfere with the route or anything, is of course the lower Shankill. So there was no issue of contention around here. The parade happened last year as well. It was coming out of New Lodge, going past Shankill, staying within Republican areas, and what happened was basically without warning. And there was a determination in this parade, it was applied for. There was no determination for a protest, nobody expected a protest. And over 300 loyalists came out of Denmark Street. It's not really an interface area, it's the lower Shankill. They came out there and then moved down past here, basically blocking the route of the parade. They then obviously had keys to the Orange Hall over here. There was loyalists seen in the balconies. It was clearly led by loyalists, mostly the UVF. And their attempt was to, first of all, create tension to cause the disruption which they did cause, and then to turn that into a riot, which of course happened on schedule after the parade got passed and done. And then you know what happened last night. There was a number of petrol bombs fired. So that's basically what ensued. The loyalists wanted contention here. The same area we are standing in, this is Clifton Street here. If you follow it down 500, 600, 700 yards, you'll come to St Patrick's Chapel past Shankill, well-known Catholic chapel in the area. A couple of weeks ago we had another, and there are many loyalist parades and loyal order parades go down past here. But in that we had on a Saturday something like a half an hour of a band, the Young Conway Volunteers Band, which is a loyalist band, playing sectarian songs. Walking past in a circle actually around there for half an hour. It was very provocative. It angered many Catholics. It was not only disruptive, but it was there to insult Catholics. They played an anti-Fenian song, a sectarian song during that period. So that's the background to it.
No, you fucking take yourself off. You take yourself off.
When there was then another loyalist parade here last Saturday morning, I got down past our loyal parade. There was a determination then. The bands were not to play music in past that chapel, and indeed this same band, the Conway Volunteer Band, was not supposed to be going past it at all. They broke the determination en masse by going past it. That band played music, and almost every other band, except with the exception of one I think, broke the ban and played music there as well. If you look at the incident which triggered off, you know, sort of the last couple of weeks effect here, it was a loyalist wearing a Rangers top, gone down deliberately through a peaceful protest by residents, pulling down their banner, and then you can see the video of this on YouTube, walking through that and being sort of ushered on through things. What did the police do on that occasion? They turned towards, instead of arresting this guy and dealing with him, they turned towards the residents. And that's where the anger comes from. That's the type of thing. This was all done outside a Catholic chapel. Now, so we had the DUP who were present. They have now gone into hiding. They're not saying anything about this being illegal. They've lectured us for 40 years about breaking the law, and here they were breaking the law. So that's the background. It's deliberately there to provoke reaction from nationalists and Catholics and Republicans, and that has been the pattern, if I could say, over the last month or so. And I suppose the questions that I would like to ask is, these are supposed to be loyal order parades. Where are the loyal order organisations? Where are their spokespeople? Let them come out and defend, if that's what they want to do, what has been happening here. They're supposed to be Christian organisations. They're acting in a very un-Christian way, and they're actually out there to provoke Catholics and Republicans and Nationalists. And, you know, the media are letting them off the hook. They're not asking them the proper questions. I mean, this balcony behind us, which is the Orange Hall, had an array of loyalists on it. How did they get the keys to get into the Orange Hall in the first place? I mean, my question is, do loyalists now speak for the loyal orders? Are they saying that they have hijacked it, or simply are they allowing them to be the spokespersons for this? What the loyal orders should do, because we can, you know, we can point the finger, you know, and we can put out blame, we can do all of that. But really what we need is a way out of this. This is a small number of contentious areas and contentious parades. Ardoyne isn't too far from here. If the loyal orders would take the initiative, if they would decide to speak to residents and try and work out some way through this. This is not against their culture, but if you want to celebrate a culture, surely if you show respect for your own culture, you must show respect for other people. The difficulty with these small number of contentious parades is that they use them to abuse their culture, frankly, to abuse their own culture, and to abuse Catholics and Republicans and Nationalists. And we have to find some way out of that. The only grouping which is not, you know, come to the counter, which has not come to the table and given something positive to the whole peace process and political process, which is now, you know, from 1998, has been the loyal orders. They need to be up front, they need to come out, and they need to do what I'm doing. They need to go in front of a camera and explain what they're saying, or if they don't want to go in front of a camera, then privately go and try and work issues out with residents, because it's residents like areas like the Carrickhill here who are being affected day and daily with this. Residents up in the Mountain View, the Dales and Ardoyne who are being affected by this.
Hard as it is to believe, yet another parade scheduled to pass at the end of the month. What are your concerns for that parade? Well,
my concerns are the evidence is there that loyalism has taken hold of this, that they want to use it. You know, this was an orchestrated move. You don't get, you know, 300 or 350 people coming out of Denmark straight at the one point. They were led by loyalists. You know, they have answers, they have to give answers as well. But I think at the core of this, at the core of all of it, and any move forward we've made is dialogue, and the loyal orders need to be in direct dialogue with the residents to sort this out. If the loyal orders take an initiative here, then surely the political unionism will have to follow them, as will the loyalists. The loyal orders are letting other people speak for them all the time. I mean, if they have respect for themselves, they need to come out and speak about these parades.